I'm back. I'm back from OSIT in Las Vegas. Just got back in about a day and a half ago. And I want to share with you the top 3 questions that we got asked in the booth by orthopedic surgeons during OSIT. Now, we attend a lot of events. We talk to a lot of folks in pain management, orthopedic surgeons, and the 2 big questions, or there's 3 big questions that we get asked every single time. In fact, we get asked these questions every single time that Christine and I, who's one of our ambassadors that travels around with me to do these events, we almost kind of laugh because we know exactly what they are. So I thought I'd make a video to tell you what those questions are and give you the answers. Before I do that, I just want to let you know that if you want to take advantage of a discovery call, a 3-part action plan call with Christine to determine how to add in cash services to your practice, your insurance-based practice, you'll see a link below here that you can go ahead and join and sign up for that. And it's a fantastic 30 minutes. You're going to have a great roadmap for you to be able to grow that practice. There's no charge for it. It's absolutely free. Check it out on that page. Okay, so let's talk about the 3 questions that we were asked the most in the booth at OSIT. And the process usually goes something like this. And it goes something like, Matt, my situation is a little bit different. This is how it always starts. Now, what usually happens is we usually get, well, I'm in a rural market and my people don't have a lot of money. Usually it's something about the patient base, right? So they want to say, my situation's a little bit different. My patient base is different than probably your successful clients. Now, mind you, by the way, we have testimonials right there from Dr. Mark Pietropoli, who's in Skaneateles, New York, which is upstate New York, a very rural community, who's charging $15,000 to $20,000 per procedure and getting it. We have people like Dr. Joshua Schachter, who's doing the same thing, $15,000 to $20,000, and he's in Wichita Falls, Texas.
Hey, I'm Matthew Galogli, and I'm a maverick. Well, what is a maverick? A maverick goes against the grain. We find our own way. And if you're sick and tired of being pushed around by the insurance companies, come join us. We'll show you the way out. And you'll love medicine again.
We have clients in big major metropolitan markets that are doing this. So, it's so funny to me that we have these testimonials and everything, and yet they all want to think that their situation is different. But so it usually starts with, my patient is older, okay, or on Medicare. They want everything covered by insurance. And they tell me that $900 out of pocket is too much. So Matt, how are you going to help me solve that problem? I'm going to tell you right now. Here's how you solve the problem. So what's really fascinating to me is that we work with doctors all over the US, Canada. We have international doctors as well that we work with. And what we do is that we will actually look at their sales. We'll actually look at their client base. We'll take a look at their database of clients. We don't look at their medically protected information, but we'll look at their date of birth. We'll look at their address. Really what we like to look at is their date of birth. And what we know is that the best buyers of orthobiologics procedures are patients that are 60 plus. They will spend 4 times more than a patient who is 55 and below. Now, there's kind of a squishy area in there between 55 and 60, but just basically think about it this way. If they're 60 plus, 60 to 70, they will pay 4 times more than the client base that is 59 and below. Okay? Now, here's what's really fascinating. Your client base that is 70 plus will spend 4x more than your patient base that is 60 to 69. Now, how in the world can that be? Well, I'm going to answer that question for you in just a minute. Okay? So then the next thing we get is, my patients are on Medicare, or they're Medicare, Medicaid, right? Doesn't, there's a little bit of both of that, right? Well, and they want everything covered by insurance. That's not actually what your patient is saying. What your patient is saying is, it's not that they want everything covered by insurance. It's that they have this false belief that only things are covered by insurance. Now, here's an interesting statistic that the US government just came out with. 60% of Americans have what is considered a quality healthcare plan. This includes people that are in Medicare, okay? People that are 60 plus. The average out of pocket after premiums for the US, for American family with a quality healthcare plan in 2025 will be $16,500. I want you to think about this. Recently, my wife has had some medical issues and she had to get an MRI. Well, she has great healthcare, right? She works for a very large advertising agency. She has phenomenal healthcare. And the out-of-pocket expense for the MRI was $1,500. She was going to have a procedure done. The out-of-pocket expense for her was $2,200. This goes on over and over and over again. And this is what doctors don't realize. You're in your cocoon and you don't realize that as bad as you have it with insurance, the American public has it just as bad, if not worse. What's happening in insurance in the world today, in the US today, is premiums are going up, coverages are going down, and profits are skyrocketing for the insurance companies. I mean, they made $16+ billion last year. And I think that number's a little bit low. But again, there is this false belief, this limiting belief that your patients over the age of 60 won't spend any money with you. And that's just not true. They will spend money with you. And we know this because we see this time and time again, okay? So what do you do about this? How do you solve this problem? Well, it's really simple. It's how you present what you can do to the patient and the outcome. The patient wants another option other than insurance. They want another option. They're sick and tired of going to the doctor and saying, okay, great, you're going to need to schedule an appointment to come back for an ultrasound. Okay, great, you're going to need to schedule an appointment to go get an MRI. Okay, great, you're going to need to go do this, this, and this, or try some PT. They're sick and tired of it. My mother-in-law is 80+ years old, late 80s, and this just happened to us. My wife is the primary caregiver. She has to drive her around. She had a quote-unquote heart issue and just some arrhythmia, no big deal. And basically, my wife had to take a 30-minute drive to go pick up her mother, drive another 20 minutes south to go to the doctor's office, wait in the waiting room for another 30 minutes to see the doctor, and the cardiologist say, well, we need to schedule an ultrasound, come back in 2 weeks. She took 3.5 hours out of her schedule, okay? What my wife would really rather have, and what my mother-in-law would really rather have, is they'd rather have just a solution that solves it all at that time. This is what your patients want. They don't want to be nickeled and dimed. They don't want to, their time is valuable. They don't know how much more time they have in this earth. They don't want to be taking all this time going from appointment to appointment, knowing full well that none of this is going to work. Okay? So when they say they want everything covered by insurance, it's not that they want everything covered by insurance. What they're really telling you, what they really want is they want a solution. They are sick and tired of dealing with do this and wait, do this and wait, do this and wait. And so if you have a system, our system that we teach here at Mavrix, about how to present this to your patient base, you actually create an environment where they have to say yes. Now, how do we do that? Well, first and foremost, you make the offer for orthobiologics to every single patient who comes in the door. I don't care if you've made that offer to them before, okay? That's the first thing. The second thing is, and I'll do another video on this, we have a webinar coming up on this that I'm going to share with you all. Here's the other thing. You ready for this? If you charge only $750 for your orthobiologics procedure, your patient doesn't believe you that it's going to work. If you charge $1,500 or $2,500 or $2,900, they will actually start to believe that it will work, and it will work, right? We have 12,000+ studies that show that this stuff works. It's not a question of whether or not there's any efficacy to this. I mean, there's abundance of data, and not even talking about what's in data biologics, but you go to PubMed and you can look at, there's over 12,000 studies that show this works, provided you're doing the right dose, so 5 billion doses. I'm not going to get into the science of all of that. We'll do another call about that at some time. I'll bring on Donnie or Ariana, something like that, to talk about this. But this is the beauty of this, right? Like, people, your patient is sick and tired of being jacked around just like you are. They're so sick and tired of being jacked around by the insurance companies. They want a solution, and they want a solution. It's a one-stop solution that they know is going to work. Okay? It's not an issue that they don't want to spend $750. It's not an issue that they want covered by insurance. What they want is they want to know that it's going to work. So how do we let them know that it's going to work? Well, first, what you do is when they come into the office, and this is one of the trainings that we provide, is we show them, you provide a video, a 7 to 9 minute video that explains, before you even walk in the door, the opportunity that is in front of you and why orthobiologics is fantastic. This cuts down on the time that you've spent with the patient, because if you're running an insurance practice and you only have 15 minutes per patient, you're like, well, how in the world am I going to be able to spend time doing this? Well, what you do is you use video. That video then shows people the opportunity. Then when you walk in the door, they want to talk to you about it. They're very interested in it. This is a foolproof method that we've used over and over again in countless facilities. Now, don't worry about making the video and how to do all of that. That's not the point. The point is, I want you to understand there is a limiting belief that you have. You believe that your patients won't pay, and I can guarantee you they will. I know this because we've been doing this in the orthobiologic space since 2018 and I've owned practices since 2014. And we've always been able to get patients to pay more. My clients, on average, are charging $10,000 for an orthobiologics procedure. 10 grand. 10 grand, they're doing $200,000, $300,000 a month over and over and over again, okay? So, again, big questions. They always say, my patients are on Medicare, they want everything covered by insurance, and they tell me that $900 is too much out of pocket. If you're sick and tired of getting taken advantage of by the insurance companies, let's face facts. Is there really any future left in insurance-based care? There's zero, from what I can tell. When's the last time that they increased your reimbursement rate? When was the last time they called you up and say, you know, we underpaid you, I want to pay you back some more money? No, they come in and they take the money without any recourse. There is no future in it. I want to give you the opportunity so that you can treat your patients as you see fit. So take advantage of it. On this page, you'll see a link that you can sign up for a discovery call. A 3-part action plan is delivered that to you by our team, and can't wait to work with you and help you. Look, let's get back to treating patients. Let's get back to giving solutions at work. Let's stop the frustration that you all have. My name is Matthew Gologly. I'm the Chief Maverick here at Mavrix Profit System, and we want to free you. So check us out. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you. Bye.